is that the new government is approved by Governor General and the Queen Elizabeth.
What is statue
But
called?
the independence process, it started early in 20th century. I think it was 1912, 1915 when Australia Parliament was elected and they first declared their independence. They cut loose with now this, I was talking about General Governor Macquarie, but back in 1788 when Captain Arthur Phillip came up with his first fleet and declared Australia the colony, Governor General Macquarie. He arrived in 1810 here and he's been here till 1821 for about 11 years. A road all the way to Parramatta. Parramatta is a huge suburb in western Sydney on the way to Blue Mountains. It's about 30 kilometers away from Sydney. But that was the town, Sydney, with Parramatta. Parramatta now considered as one of the suburbs of Sydney. So he's been called back to England because actually, he's been accused of spending a lot of money. And back then, as I said, Australia and Sydney was considered as a colony, so doing the same things what Macquarie did. Now we are on Mrs. Macquarie Road. This is called Mrs. Macquarie Road in honor to his wife. This is our Mrs. Macquarie chair. Why Mrs. Macquarie chair? Back then the communication between England and Australia was only by ships, and it would take the ships like about 4 or 5 months go to England and 4 or 5 months come back. And sometimes Mrs. Macquarie's husband would go to Queen England and it would take years, like nearly a year for the whole trip to complete. And back then there were no communication method like today, no phones, nothing. So it was popular, this spot, the Mrs. one of the most beautiful places in Sydney. Crowe, Hollywood actor Russell Crowe. Gladiator, the movie Gladiator. Yeah. They were there, and he had a little son. He would come here every morning to do some sport, meet local people, say hello. He's a very down-to-earth guy. And I think he recently got an Oscar, yeah?